in WordPress, you're going to find that all of your web pages or posts live either under the Pages menu or under the All Posts menu. So under Pages, you're going to see two options: All Pages and Add New. All Pages is where your web pages live, and Add New is how you would create a new one. Same thing for Posts. If you roll your mouse over it, you'll see All Posts. That will bring you to where all of your web posts live. And if you click on the Add New button, that'll allow you to add a new post. You also get the options of categories and tags, and we'll talk about those in a later video. So first thing you want to do, roll your mouse over Pages, and then click on All Pages. So this shows you all the web pages in your site. We're using the web services site for testing purposes today. So you're going to see at the top, there's a little summary. You're going to see that there's 51 pages in the web services site. 10 of these are mine, ones that I created. 48 of these are published. Published pages are viewable by the world, they're public. And 3 of these are in draft mode. Draft pages are only viewable by other web editors. And then you're going to see that there are 3 in the Trashcan. WordPress is a very forgiving environment. Generally, you have 3 to 4 business days before things that are in the trash can are deleted permanently. But you do have the option to restore them. All you have to do is click on the Trash button. You're going to see there's 3 pages here. To restore it, all you have to do is roll your mouse over it, and you're going to see there's an option to either delete permanently or restore. If you restore it, it restores it back to the all group of pages in draft mode, meaning it's not public yet. You can republish it if you need to. Or if you want, you can alternatively delete it permanently and it's gone forever. So we'll go back to the All Pages menu. So this shows you all the pages in your site. You're going to see a few different elements here. You're going to see different columns: title, author, date, and then there's another couple of options that are really only used for testing purposes by my team. Pages are indicated there. You'll see there's a front page, that's the home page for your site. You're going to see pages that are draft, listed as draft. These are draft mode pages. They're not viewable yet. They're works in progress. And then you're going to see some pages that have M dashes in front of their name. What this indicates is parent-child relationships. So this advanced blocks color box page is a child page of the style guide site, style guide page. Parent-child relationships is a great way to set up microsites. It's a way to aggregate information together in microsites, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in another video. As you roll your mouse over too, you're going to see there's many options here that show up for you. There's Edit, Quickedit, Trash, View, and a couple other options you may or may not have access to depending upon your permission levels. So one of the things with WordPress sites is they tend to grow, in some cases very large over time, and it can be kind of a bear to find what you're looking for in some cases. There's a couple tactics you can use to make that happen. One is you can sort by title. If you click on the title column, this sorts your entire site in alpha order. So that might be an easy way for you to find your pages. Just note also that large sites will paginate. So in this case, Web Services has got 3 separate pages of web pages. So you may have to go to other pages to find what you're looking for. Also, if you know the author of the page, whoever made it, you can click on their name, and what it'll do is it'll show you all the pages in your site that were created by that author. Alternatively, you can also sort by date, by last modified or last published. And if you get really stuck, you can search for it using the search menu. They'll search for the title of the page. To reset this list, all you have to do is click on the All Pages menu, or at the very top here in the summary, click on All, and that'll reset it back to the default view. Rolling your mouse over, you get a couple different options. There's Edit, Quickedit, Trash, and View. View just does just that. We'll look at the home page here. It shows you the page itself. I click the back button. Edit does just that. It brings you to editing mode for that page. And then there's Quickedit. Quickedit allows you to quickly edit some elements of the page itself. So if you click on Quickedit, you get several different options. You can edit the title. You can edit the slug. Slug is used throughout WordPress. It's slug, URL, permalink. It's all the same thing. It's the address of the page. So in this case, this site is web-services.providence.edu, and the address of this page is web-services.providence.edu/web-services-home-new. But it's actually the default of the site. When it comes to the address of the page, if it's a brand new page that you're just publishing, or you're about to publish, or it's very, very recently published and you haven't advertised yet, it's totally fine to change up the address as much as you want. However, once this page is launched, or if it's a pre-existing page, and especially if it's your home page, you don't want to change the address. If you do change that up, for some of those older pages, or a page you might have advertised in like an email or some sort, you're going to break people's links to them. So leave that address alone, just keep it intact, and just leave it as is. Next is the date field. All this does is just controls the date, indicates what the date that this page is published. You can play around with that if you want. It really doesn't influence anything. However, when it comes to blog posts, it does matter. For instance, you've got an older blog post that you say published 2 years ago about, I don't know, a topic about an algebra, and for some reason algebra is very important in the news all of a sudden. You can bring some more life to that post and expose it to more viewers just by changing the date on it. So if you update it to like today's date and then publish it, what it'll do is that blog post will be refreshed when it comes to search engines. It'll also be refreshed when it comes to different feeds as well on your site. It'll show up at the top of your feed, so you might get more readers on that blog post. So it's just a good little tip to get more people looking at your content. Next is the author field. It allows you to pick from the different authors on your site to attribute it to. It doesn't really do much other than that. You've got two other options here. You've got password protect or private. If you mark it private, this only allows other fellow web editors to get into the page. Or if you password protect it, what you can do is you can publish a page with a password associated with it, and then you can send it. Like, there's going to be times where you're going to be working on a page and you want to share it with somebody for review who might not be a web editor. You can publish the page, password protect it, and have them take a look at it. You send them the URL and send them the password. They can log in and they can look at that page and review it and then give you feedback before you actually make it published public for the whole world to see. Just be aware that you don't want to use either the password or private options on a pre-published page, especially not your home page. If you do that, you're going to block people from seeing your content. That's not a good thing. Next is the parent-child drop-down menu. This allows you to set parent-child relationships. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a later video. Next is order. We don't use that. Template. So you're going to see on Providence.edu sites, there's a variety of different templates that are available. There's really only two that you're going to want to use. There is the default template and the landing page with no sidebars. Those are the two templates you're going to want to use while editing. The other ones are really set up just for specific purposes. You're going to see like there's an academic's home, global search, and some other ones. If you use one of those other templates, you're going to get some really weird results. So only use the default and only use the landing page and no sidebars templates, and you can't go wrong. Next is the allow comments button. By default, we have comments shut off across the Providence.edu sites. You can turn it on a page-by-page basis if you do. If you do want to do that, all you have to do is click on the allow comments button and it'll allow comments on your site. We'll talk a little bit more about that in another video. And next is the status button. Pages are either published or in draft mode. We don't use the pending review option. When you're done making your changes, click the update button and those changes will be made live. When you're ready to create a new page, you've got a couple options. You're going to see at the very top you've got the new button. From there you can select post or page. It'll create a new web page or post. Also, if you're in the all pages menu, you'll see an add new button at the top, and there's also the add new button over in the sidebar as well. They all do the exact same thing. They create a new page for you.